Hello everyone, this is Satpal Singh. Um, Actually, we are going to do a Jira Spoke setup, and it is a part of Integration Hub provided by ServiceNow, and we're gonna do it in my system, and I will tell you in and out, how to set up, what kind of plugins is required, what are the prerequisites, and we will do inbound and outbound of Jira tickets. So yeah, let's see how it is done actually. So first of all, definitely you need a Spoke, and that should be downloaded by a client or a vendor instance. You cannot do it on your PDI, so you definitely need separate instance. So yeah, it's so when you're on the client side, then you have a system from them, and then you ask them to please request it, and it's a package with the Integration Hub. Definitely they need to buy the Integration Hub. You can follow this URL. I will post this URL into ServiceNow doc URL into the description so that you can follow it. And let's get started. Okay, so of course to set up these things we need instance from ServiceNow, and also maybe the customer's instance of Jira, or you can get it by your own. It's almost like a ServiceNow instance. You can create your own for the testing purpose. And we need credential from Jira to do the connection. It will be an API token and the URL. I will give you some examples and how to set it up. And let's go how we should start. So let me go into my system, and you should see now we type plugin, and that's the first step. So search in the plugin. So once the plugin is loaded, of course you need to search for SN_Jira, and then Jira Spoke. Of course you'll see get one, and then it is already installed, but you just install it, and of course it's free as it says. Once you installed, then let's go and create the credentials. So we need to do the connection from, and it will be a basic authentication, and you can give any name over here. This will be my email address. I will hide it later on. And then we go to actually account settings, and then under account you definitely go to the security tab, and you see create and manage API tokens. Of course then I have already created some things, but I will create separate for this demo. Jira Spoke sats, and then create, and of course I'll just copy this and put it somewhere, and then go to your credentials, and then just save it. Once we make the credentials, we need connections, and then you can go to connections and the connection settings, and then create connection. Go to HTTP, type name, sats, Jira Spoke connection, and of course you need to select the one which we just created. I need to just get verified. This is the one credential we have created. You need to select the, and then give the URL, and click on save. Hopefully it will work now. Perfect. And we just need to verify that under Jira out of the box, yes, it is there and it is true, it is active. Perfect. And the connection so far we are done. Now we need to just create the flow to trigger it. It's that so simple. So we go here into the system. Oh, make sure that I'll actually do it on Jira Spoke domain, so that yeah, we capture everything. I would do that. I mean, up to you if you want to do it somewhere else. So let's create flow. That's let's say create bug from incident, and then I would just say submit, and trigger action would be, I would say, I would like to do this incident, and then is created not system, so that we make sure that no one else is actually you know, when the trigger happens from the other side, it should not do the update or something. So updated by is not system. Okay, I will just do like this, and then I will just add the flow to create issue. So you create issue, you already, you can see that the connection is already set up. You already have now what kind of project you want to select, and this project is coming from where you want to actually create in the system. So when you go over here, you can see, yeah, okay, Jira Spoke, I want to create something over here. Okay, and then of course I want to create a task, because that's the only option right now I have. And you just need to select. Now it's a summary, so it's very obvious. You select short description. So you find short description, just add it over here, and done. Okay, so now once we got the I mean, let's assume this create something and you get the issue ID back, but you want to save that issue ID somewhere in the ticket also. So you of course create another option, say update record, and you select the same record, add correlation ID, and then pop this out here. Let's save this, activate it, and let's go to the system and try to do some magic over here. And create task in Jira. I will just submit. I hope that should work. And how would you confirm that it's working? You just, when you see the correlation ID is actually filled out, it means yes, the connection is ready. And I'm pretty sure when I go to my system, and now you can see the Jira, in the Jira the task is created. That's the outbound from ServiceNow to Jira. But now let's talk about inbound. Okay, we already have now the issue ID, so it means we can play with something with the issue ID. Okay, so I go to here and I'll go to, actually let's start with creating a webhook. In the webhook, you know, there's already a spoke I have created, but I will create another one. So Sats Jira Webhook, and you can create literally any, you know, token. Jira Sats token, and of course you can copy it and click on save. Callback URL. So basically this is the URL which you need to create webhook. Most of you might not know what is webhook. I will explain you in a second. So meanwhile I'm going to go there in the system and then go to the bottom and see the webhook, and actually there's already a webhook created, but I would like to delete this and create a new one because it is creating a webhook now. Okay, so the webhook will give you the data all the time. If anything happens on the ticket or issue or anything, and this URL actually called all the time back to the system, so that you will be notified in your script when the issue is actually updated or attachments created, or you know the comment is created or something like that. You can enable all, or maybe you just select something specific. So I just remember that there should be no spaces in the beginning and the end. It means it has the capability to send your data. It should contain the correct username and password. All right, let's create this, and once we create the webhook, we definitely need to do now create a we need to go here, Subflow, and there's a process Jira out of the box, this webhook consumption workflow. So what it does, you get that data from Jira, and you need to consume it, and you need to do some actions. So of course you cannot change this out of the box one. It means you have to create a copy of this. So I would just call this again Sats process Jira, copy this, it will create a copy of it, and now you can do modification on it. In the action, first you can, I have seen some documentations, it's pretty boring. I would definitely show you how to do it more in advance. So here, lookup. Okay, so in lookup you need to see an incident where that correlation ID already exists. If you remember, then in Jira we have seen here in my work, sorry, let's go here in the Jira, here, this one, it has that ID which we have created in the incident. That needs to find out and then update it. How should we do that? So when we go here, we say on incident and find correlation ID is issue. If you from the payload, remember we get the issue and the issue ID. Just drop down here and then done. Now you find out which ID it is, we need to look up. We found that record. Let's assume that we found it. And now we need to just update record. And update record, we need to get from issue. I need to do it. Oh, before I go there, I need to know which record it is. That's my incident record, which we just looked up. Drag and drop, and then we say add fields, short description, and from here we need to send summary, and we done. And then of course now your the Subflow will look like this. Okay, and save. Don't publish it yet. Before you go there, you need to also change a little bit here. Who creates the session? Basically, this is this will give you a little extra privilege to update your record. If you do like this, the script will not want. So remember to change this to system user and update it, and then publish. Okay, that's done. Now we go here. Remember Jira Webhook routing policy, and we need to tell if anything happens on that flow. So that's why SADs come here. So the SADs process Jira Webhook Subflow. Actually, you need to select and say how. Of course, you can play with the condition later on, and then save it. So this will trigger, and then the flow will trigger, and I'm trying to update anything. And I assume everything is now in place. Let me cross-check very quickly. Okay, and I assume now as I told you, we are doing inbound. So let's go to the same incident. If you remember this one, task in Jira. Okay, and now I go to the board, go here, and here is the update from Jira, I would say. And then you just basically, I think that's done now, and I hope it should be done. Oh, something happened. If I refresh, and there you go, and the issue is now actually updated, and similarly the incident is got updated. Quick tricks for you guys. How to check if your flow and everything is working fine. Of course, we have here in the execution, you can click on it, and then you can look up did I find the ID? Yes, of course. And did I update it? Yes. So over here in the execution part, you can go and find it out for the troubleshooting. Similarly, for the flow, we also have the execution, how many times we have executed. You can see how does it look. You click on it, and then you see the flow. In the upcoming video, actually, I found some kind of a bug from ServiceNow. They have forgot to update it, and I managed to create the update. When you do the update from ServiceNow and you want to send the extra additional comments or extra fields, they're just missing out some information. So stay tuned for more updates.